Hi guys, today we'll be learning how to make a female shirt. I have our pattern paper on the table. You can see that one is longer than one and one is wider than one. The front is wider than the back by 3 inches. The 3 inches here is for the button allowance, while the 2 inches here is for the shoulder. I place the front on the back. Whatever measurement we have, we are starting from this line here. We're not starting from the center front here. We're starting from here. So I want you guys to pay attention very well to this shirt, so that you follow me along the line step by step. For this person, our shoulder is 16 inches. That's 16 divided by 2, we have 8. But because it is a shirt, I'll be adding 1 inch to the shoulder measurement. So I'll be doing 9 inches. So this is the 9 inches here. Yeah. Now I'm going to be marking ½ inch for our shoulder allowance. That's ½ inch is our shoulder allowance. Then also where we'll be starting our measurements from. So you'll be ruling the ½ inch like this. The next thing we'll be doing is the neck width and the neck depth. Our neck width, that's the wideness of the neck. I'll be using 2.5 for the neck width. Then for the front neck depth, I'll be using 2.5 also. This neck depth is for only the front only. Now if you are going to connect your neck depth of the front, please, this is how you do it. You're not going to curve it like this. You're going to take it like a slanted form, because our neck is not meant to be wide on a shirt. Now after this, on this shoulder point here, I'll be coming down by 1.25 for our shoulder slope. 1.25 like this. Then after that, I will be extending it to the neck like this. You will also extend the 2.5 here, please. But on this part, it has to be a straight line. From this place to this place, it's a straight line. So you just curve it in like this. You just blend here up when you are cutting. You just come down here, anywhere here, and you measure your 9 inches for your shoulder. So now you'll be extending this measurement down like this. Yeah, like this. So what we're now going to be doing is we'll be cutting the front neck first and the shoulder slope of both the front and the back. So cut the front neck first. Now, so guys, sorry, if you are going to slant your shoulder like this, you have to start slanting from this ½ inch that we'll have here. So let's say this is the ½ inch here. So you start slanting from here to the 1.25 here. Now we'll be cutting both the front and the back shoulder together. Can you see the way I'm doing it? Now this is it. We are now going to make this down part equal. So you will shift this front only to go and meet the back. Let it be equal. The next thing you'll be doing is this ½ inch here, you just mark ½ inch down to the shoulder point here. Yes, can you see it? Now you just connect we already have our ½ inch here, so you just connect it. So after doing this now, you will now take your paper. So you'll be folding this upper part. You'll be folding it on this ½ inch. This is how you fold. You fold it on the ½ inch like this. If it were to be a fabric, you can just use your pin to just hold it down. The way it is like this, This point here now becomes your neck depth for the back. Can you see? We already have that line here like this. So just use your chalk or your to just indicate here. This becomes your neck depth for the back. Now this here now like this becomes, this is your neck, then your shoulder also is like this. Now you're just going to be notching it so that when we open it up we can have our line. Just notch here and also notch here. Now let's take our vertical measurements now. So from this point here, from the shoulder, from this starting point here, you're going to have to go down by 8.5. It depends on how big the person bust is. That is how you go down by the shoulder. But for this tutorial, I think I'll be using 8.5. Yeah. So now on this place here, this is your starting point. Now I'll be using 17.5 for her waist measurement. 17.5. Then the remaining one becomes the full length. Let's impute our horizontal measurements. So just extend this other line. This becomes your chest line. Her bust is 38 inches. 38, if you are sewing a shirt, you have to add 3 inches to all the measurements. Yeah. So for a bust of 38, I'll be adding 33 inches to it. That becomes 41. And 41 divided by 4 is 10.25. Yeah. So the 10.25, I'll put it here like this. Then plus 1 inch sewing allowance like this. Our waist is 32 inches. 32 plus 3 inches, we have 35. 35 divided by 4, we should have 8.75. This is the 8.75 here. Then plus our allowance of 1 inch. Now for the full length, our hip is 44. 44 plus 3, we have 47. 47 divided by 4 is 11.75. So plus our 1 is, suppose the 1 is sewing allowance. Now for the armhole, you have to measure from here to here, and you now divide it by 2. We have 8.5 here, so you divide it by 2, you get the midpoint. You come in here by 0.75 like this. So you'll be connecting the 0.75 to the upper part here. Then from here, you connect to your measurements like this. For the back armhole, you can come in by 0.25 from this point. So you connect from here to here like this. Then from here, connect to the measurements here. Let us remove our marking tape. You're going to be extending your lines. Sorry. Yeah. Then from here, we have our notch here. Now from this point here, this is the back neck width. We already have our notch here. So you just take it like this to this point, to this place like this. So this becomes your back depth and your back width. Now we've cut the back neck. So for the front neck, for the front armhole rather, let's cut the back first. So mates, we are done drafting our shirt. Can you see this upper part? This is the main reason for this tutorial. Now guys, at this junction, at this point, before we cut on the fabric and we sew, kindly subscribe to my channel, like this video, and if there's anything you don't understand, please drop it for me in the comment section. If there's anything you also understand, let me know. If this video has been helpful to you, drop it down in the comment section for me to read, and I'll reply. I'll respond as soon as possible. So after cutting on the fabric, this is my button allowance. Then this is the back. It's cut on fold. The back is cut on fold. Front is cut in pieces. I'll drop the back aside. This 3 inches button allowance I have here, so I'll be gumming here with a paper gum with an interfacing. I already indicated the line, the straight line, so that I will see, so that I will know where to stop gumming. I know where to stop adding our interfacing. Now this is the interfacing I'll be using. This is a soft paper gum. That is what I'll be using for this project. After gumming it with a paper gum, yeah, so I'm going to be opening it into 2. You have to turn it like this. Then you fold with 1/2 inch. By the time you fold with 1/2 inch like this, please, you have to iron it when you are folding. You will now take it and fold like this towards where the paper gum stop, so you have to iron it down. This is it. This is the 1/2 inch first, then I folded like this, I folded like this. So please, on this tip, this part here, you sew it down like this. We'll do that for this and the second one. I have finished sewing it down. I don't know if you can see the stitch, but you can see that it's no longer opened. Yeah, this is the outer part. Now, so this now becomes our button allowance here, like this. Take the back. This is the back. So you're going to open it up. Now, after you open it up, you take one of the fronts and back side, like the right side facing the right side. You're going to place it like this, and you'll be sewing with 1/2 inch on the shoulder point here. Take the next second one, you'll be sewing with 1/2 inch. After sewing with the 1/2 inch on this point, you know we left 1 inch sewing allowance on the side. I think we need to close the allowance now, so we'll sew the allowance also after sewing the shoulder with 1/2 inch. So let me do that. So guys, I've finished joining the side seam and the shoulder together. This is the inside. Yeah, this is it. Now can you see how the shoulder, how it is? Look at it. Now it is not too wide. Look at the way it is. We'll be joining the sleeve first because the collar is going to be the last part. The sleeve is a very easy sleeve. It's just a normal long sleeve and a band. The band is like a 5 inches band, and there's a slit in between the band. So I'll be making use of 21 inches for this sleeve. I'll be cutting the 2 sleeves together. That's why it's folded into 4. This place is on fold. Now you mark 4 inches on this point. In between the 4 we have 2. You mark the 2 like this. On this 4 inches there, you come down by 1 inch. So extend your line to the 1 inch. Now I'll be making use of 4 inches for our cap height. This is where the round sleeve measurements will stay. So you're going to extend the lines like this. I'll be using 7.5 inches for her round sleeve. That's 15 inches. So you mark it here, then you add 1 inch for the sewing allowance. So from this you connect to this 1 inch. From this 1 inch you now connect to these 2 inches in between here. So let's do that. Connect like this, then like this. Now the sleeve length, I told you I'll be using 21 inches, and her edge sleeve here is 8 inches, but I'll use 9. So 9 divided by 2, we have 4.5. then plus our 1 inch sewing allowance. So you're going to connect it like this. So we'll be cutting. So this is our 2 sleeve. So guys, for the band, I told you I'll be using 5 inches for the band. This place here is the edge, the down part of the band. This place is where I'll be joining to the sleeve. So I'll sew. You can see when I open it up, this is the good side. Now this is the inside of the Ankara. Now I'll be sewing here like this. After sewing, I'll turn it out. I have sewed this side and I have sewed this side. Look at it. So now I'm going to be folding it out. I'll just run a stitch on this point here to just hold it down. I've done that for the second one. I just want to show you how I did it. So for our sleeve, we'll be sewing with the 1 inch allowance we added. I've finished joining the seam allowance inside and I've also ironed it. This is the band for the down part. So this is how we'll be doing it now. You measure whatever you have here like this. When you measure it, then that's what you measure here. So you just place it like this. Just tack here. After you tack here, you fold it into 2 and you will notch the middle point. After you notch the middle point, so this side seam, this one here have to match with the side of the sleeve. Then this seam here have to match with the parts you notch. So you just place it inside like this. Inside like this, and you now sew it round with half inch. So after sewing, we will now be bringing it out. So look at it, look at how it is. So this slit here is facing the center of the sleeve. Now I'll be fixing the armhole now. This is our shirt. So the edge here, this sewing part here, you place it on the sewing part of your shirt like this. You place it together like this. So you will now sew the armhole with half inch round. So I'll do that for the 2 sleeve. Look at the sleeve. I'm done fixing it to the shirt. So this is what we call a perfect packet shirt, guys. I'll be closing the down parts with the allowance of 1 inch I added when I was drafting the down parts. The next thing is I'll take it to the machine and fix the buttonhole. So guys, I have a tutorial on how to how to cut and sew your collar on your shirt. There's no point doing that tutorial again while I already have the video. I'll drop the link of the video in the description box of this tutorial. Check the description box, you will see the link of the collar. Immediately you watch this video, quickly go and watch that collar video so that you can practice. Watch it now so that you will not, so that everything you learned today you would understand perfectly.